I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully. But disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans. Poor little girl, them. And I'm gonna tell them why I'm mad. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. The other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset. Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Madman. I'm here with my guy,
the Maniac.
Of course, we got some breaking news, as you can see here. Lich Mac should be joining us here shortly, so Stat Boy 2.0 will be here. Just keep it locked. Also, you might notice that we are down one person right now. Fret not, ladies and gentlemen. We got some ideas percolating. We'll get back to you. We'll have an official announcement, by the way, maybe later in the week. But anyway, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man. It's Monday. I was off today. Thank goodness.
Yes, sir.
It's always even a better Monday when Michigan wins, right? So
absolutely.
Rocking my smash shirt, courtesy of my brother J.O.J., Johnny Owen Jr.
I like
it. Yeah. I actually, you know, when I'm in the mood, I wear this shirt and show my wifey.
Yo. No doubt, man. Hey, so I alluded to some breaking news. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears a former University of Michigan football player has leaked unauthorized materials, lied to the NCAA, sources say. We already knew that basically coming from what came out of the NCAA's like punishment for Michigan. However, it looks like the courts have gotten involved and they're going to pick this up, which is excellent news for Michigan, especially since they are appealing that punishment, at least part of that punishment, right? Not necessarily the 2 games for Sharon, but they are appealing, you know, some of those fines and the 3rd game for Sharon, I do believe. But anyway, this article says that a former Michigan player turned over unauthorized materials, ill-gotten materials, because he took unauthorized photos of staff members' computers and phones and handed those over to a private investigator who then handed that information over to the NCAA. Also, it is said in this article that that same player lied to investigators about Chris Partridge and his alleged, you know, telling Michigan players, right, exactly, to do some nefarious things. This is interesting, Maniac, because it was alleged to us by rival fan bases that Michigan wanted no part of discovery, right, with the NCAA. However, it looks like here that Michigan does want discovery and wants that information out. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, well, you know, it's good, man. This looks good for Michigan, right? Because of, you know, and Chris Partridge, we know that he was fine. And, you know, when it came out that the NCAA handed Michigan down the punishment, he was nowhere to be found in that one. You know, he's not even getting a show call. So that just tells you he had zero involvement. When we were told by rival fan bases or even podcasters of rivals, he had everything, he lied, he did this. Again, another lie they told. So is this player is allegedly to be Joey Velasquez, right? Or, you know, that could be.
That it could be. And for people who don't know, Joey Velasquez, we know, was a Michigan player who transferred to that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus in 24, I believe, right?
Yes.
So it very well could be. I believe he was a native of Columbus. He could have just been a mole the whole time. Who knows? He played, I think, 10 games while he was at Michigan, got 6 tackles. How you have less tackles than games played, playing linebacker is crazy to me. He clearly was a waste of space while he was here, especially if this is him. Then what what a piece of
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
So this is why this is gonna be interesting, right? Because if the rival, if again, we don't know who this mole is, but if we had to guess, it probably is Velasquez. I think Dan Wetsu alluded to this already, right? There's something on Velasquez. This might be it. I'm gonna assume it's it, but we don't know. You know what they're gonna? We don't care. The NCAA ain't gonna do nothing anyway. Just so it's gonna get complicated. But again, regardless, it looks good for Michigan. It's like, yo, listen, this guy was doing illegal things, giving information illegally. And bro, if it's illegal, it's illegal. So, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more to come out to this, even as the years go. Maize, I think next year something else will come out. Oh, so we finally get to that meat, the core of who was the main person that started all this. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, he did play baseball. He probably was a better baseball player than a football player.
Sounds like it. I mean, playing 10 games, getting 6 tackles is nasty work. He was out there tackling. He was tripping Michigan players. Shout out to that, though. We'll keep you updated on this as more information becomes available. Of course, we'll be watching this closely because this is interesting. By the way, I remember Dom, when this whole thing started, said something about a private investigation firm. He said something about Ryan Day's brother starting a private investigation firm. Now, granted, I don't know if this private investigation firm is Ryan Day's brother's private investigation firm. I also know that homie from Menace to Sports, as you like to call him, Cocaine Zach, I think put this into the ethos that Ryan Day's brother has a private investigation firm too, and I think people ran with that, and then Cocaine Zach was able to point and laugh at a bunch of people. So I don't want to put any cast any aspersions out there, but just stating some facts, getting some information that I got as well. But we'll see what happens, man. This is very interesting. Let's move right along because there was football that was played week 1, Michigan versus New Mexico in review. Maniac, we did the immediate reaction. Of course, we gave our thoughts right after the game. But now that you had some time to sit with it, to watch it some more, what are your thoughts now?
Yeah, man. So let's start with the offense, the obvious, right? Bryce Underwood. To me, he played very good. I wouldn't say great, and that's scary because he's just good, man. What a player he is, man. When you look at him, his maturity, he's able to throw the ball more than 10 yards. It's just great to see. But the command of the offense, especially Maize, the last drive of the second half. It's 3rd and 14. It's 17-10 Michigan. New Mexico has the momentum. Normally, Michigan runs it up the middle for 3-4 yards, punt, and who knows what New Mexico is going to do on the next drive. They said, no, we're going to put it on this freshman. Man, he threw a dot sniper, what? Right to my man Channing Goodwin for about 40-yard gain. And Michigan goes ahead and score on the Marlon Klein up and go. And we regained the momentum then. Bryce, I can't wait to see more of him, man. And shout to him. The O-line, as far as the O-line goes, I think the O-line played well. Again, competition does matter. We was balanced. That was a good thing. So a big part was the O-line, making sure we could run the ball and pass it by blocking. So shout to the O-line. I give them about a B+ because we did have 2 sacks, but one was on Bryce. Now, the wide receivers, Maize, this is where kind of got me. I didn't see huge separation. Dudes got open, but it wasn't like it was there. So that's going to be something interesting to see moving forward, our receivers. As far as our tight end, no, it looks like we're back. I wouldn't call Klein coasting Loveland, but I think he's going to be a huge part of our offense moving forward. So, shout to the offense, they're good thing. The defense now, defense, not the rush defense, but I'll say our secondary. There were times we were just playing soft. I know it was a lot of zone we played. They were able to find the holes in the zone. Shout to Jack Lane. And we was a little touchy, Phil. We was a little, it was eggy-ish. We was looking eggy out there a little bit. You know, three holding by secondary.
Right.
Especially Hill, because he gets a holding call in the end zone, and then 2 plays later he gives up a touchdown. So I'm not worried about the defense. I'm not here to say I'm worried. I'm just saying for a veteran group like our secondary, I did expect it to look a little cleaner. But listen, they could redeem themselves this coming weekend. But my only issue was the secondary. Like, I would have liked to see us play a little better, but yeah, that's that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The secondary looks like the weakest link right now in Michigan's defense, maybe on the team, and that includes the offensive line, which we had some questions about. But one thing I can take solace in is how confident that Bryce Underwood looked, bro. Like, just super confident. Those throws were had some zip on them. He was very accurate for the most part on those throws. Nothing really down the field, air wise anyway, but certainly was effective, and I can appreciate that. Really, just taking what the defense was giving him. Sometimes I think he did like lock on to like a receiver sometimes, but in other times he got off and went through his progressions. The thing I was most impressed with about Bryce was his ability to stay in the pocket. That pocket presence was amazing for a freshman quarterback in his first ever start in college. A true freshman quarterback, by the way, first ever start in college. He climbed the pocket, he sidestepped in the pocket, he did great things. He did get out when it was necessary, but for the most, and on like design boots and stuff like that, but for the most part he was great in the pocket. So that was the most impressive thing for me. You see here, we got some total stats for you guys. Pass yards 251. My guy Trevor McHugh, I believe is his name. He released some stats earlier today on that app formerly known as Twitter, where 250 yards passing, 251 in this case, by Bryce, was better than damn near every game that I think it may have been better than every game Michigan played a season ago. Just 251 yards passing. The 201 yards rushing was better than almost all of the games Michigan played a season ago. So this was it was eye-opening, first of all, on how bad Michigan offense was a season ago, but also with just really a personnel change at one position. The running backs are completely different to wide receiver even still, but the real change was that quarterback, and this is a huge improvement over last year. Granted, it was New Mexico, but still, we played some bad teams last year too and didn't look that good. So
yeah, that's a fact. We did play, what was that? Arkansas State. We didn't pass for that many yards. So the fact that we had balance, right? In order to be a good team, in order to get far in the season, which is, either winning the Big Ten and making the playoffs or making a run in the playoffs, you have to be balanced. You can't be one-dimensional and win in this sport. You have to be balanced. So, yes, it was New Mexico, but Chip Lindsley's a veteran OC. So that's another thing that when I look at it, I say, okay, yes, we got someone that's going to keep us grounded and keep us balanced, because he understands that is the recipe for success, guys, is balance. Michigan had it in those 3 years where we had to run. Yeah, we were run heavy, but when it was time to pass, we passed. So, it's good to see, man. It's just great to see.
Absolutely. Shout out to my guy Mike Legend. We appreciate the $9.99 super chat. He says, best damn show, Cook. and cook we will, sir. You know, we got the hibachi king over here. You know, I get in the kitchen myself from time to time. We're gonna hold it down. But anyway, we talked about the breaking news. We got to Michigan versus Mexico in review. However, there was also this, man. Jayshon Barham hit with the unfortunate targeting call in the third quarter that's going to keep him out. He was ejected from the game, of course, and that call is going to keep him out of the first half of the game against Oklahoma. Talk to me, Maniac. What do you think about that? It was upheld today, by the way. Upheld by the NCAA today.
I know. So there you go. For anybody that was saying, "Oh, it's gonna get overturned," it's not happening. He will be missing the first half of the Oklahoma game. Now we have a group chat. You know, the team, and we were going back and forth with this. Now, by it, yes, I don't think it was a targeting, but I do. If you look at football, whether it be the NFL, NCAA, they protect these quarterbacks. And what's funny is originally the replay wasn't for the targeting. It was for the fumble. Remember, He picked it up and scored. So they just wanted to make sure. But they are allowed to, in a replay, if there is a targeting, they feel they can call it. So unfortunately, that was the case. I would say if I was a coach, I'm telling my defensive players, guys, chin and under, because I get it. And at worst, that should have just been roughing the passer. I would have took that. No targeting, roughing the passer, 15 yards. He stays in the game, yada, yada, yada. I just think it's a stupid rule to kick these guys out. But Michigan is going to miss one of their best players. And I would say we have Cole Sullivan and Jimmy Roller. You know, one is a veteran. I think one is a beast. We seen Cole Sullivan's interception, man. That was a very athletic interception. So we got two linebackers. They could hold it down, and they're going to have to because it's a big game. But I think it was a BS call. At worst, it should have got overturned and say, yeah, you know what? He'll be good. But it's not. There's no need to complain. Oh, the referees are out for us. The NC. Stop that crying shit. We're not Ohio State. Leave that to the Buckeye fans. We Michigan fans. Okay, whatever. Rolled up, Sullivan, let's go. And that's it. And we see Barham in the third quarter.
Pretty much, man. And by the way, I like both of those guys. Rolder and Cole Sullivan. Cole Sullivan got in the game, I believe, had a sack and an interception. Jimmy Rolder is a beast. Cole Sullivan is somebody I was talking about coming out of the spring game. You guys remember, like huge and pause and just a beast. You know what I mean? On the football field, he made his presence known almost immediately in that game. Once he got in there. So I am okay with, because both of those guys, Cole Sullivan and Jimmy Rolder, would be starters for 95% of America, 95% of the programs in America. So I'm not worried. We just so happen to we happen to be deep at linebacker right now. So, and for the future, by the way, we ain't even talk about some of the guys that Michigan has for the future, but let's move on, man. We talked about Barham. Now we're bringing back a segment that we introduced last year, the good, the bad, the ugly. We got some good, some bad, and some ugly from what we saw this week. Before we do it, though, we actually have an intro for this that I can't find.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man.
Here we go. Good, bad, ugly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Maize Madman, Maniac, and Kinetic proudly present to you the good, the bad, the ugly, 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 ugly.
Yes, I forgot you had them ugly ass dudes, man.
Yo.
And then at the end of why that sounds like West Quad still doing those little backdrops.
That's from you know what that's from? That's from Martin. That's Hustle Man on Martin.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
right, but anyway, good, bad, ugly from this week. Maniac, hit us with what you got.
Yeah, man. This is quick, man. The good. Bryce Underwood in the offense. We know we're going to be able to score points this year. So at least that is a good. The bad, I would say, was the secondary for me. Now, I know, shout to Juju. We was in Johnny's chat yesterday. I don't worry about it, yada, yada. I'm going to worry about it. Me
Right.
personally. So I see otherwise. I think that was the bad for Michigan. It wasn't ugly. It was just bad. Supposed to be better. And then to me, the ugly was the Barham targeting, man. That had to be the ugly at the end of the day, because what is going to do to Michigan for this week, man? It takes one of their best players out for a whole half of a game. So to me, that's my good, my bad, and my ugly.
No doubt. So the good for me, obviously, you know what? Since you said Bryce, I'll switch it up. Justice Haynes looks like clear RB1 right now. He had a big game, over 170 yards. What was he at?
159, 16, 159,
16 carries, 159 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 long touchdown runs. Or long runs. I think one of them they called back, or wasn't called back. He got stopped at the right. So Justice Haynes for me, the good, the bad, and there was some bad. Obviously the secondary. I got to go with the secondary for the bad. I think those guys are going to be better. Like you said, we got a little handsy. We saw the true freshman Elijah Dotson in there, who we've interviewed right here on the channel. Shout out to Elijah, my guy Sticks. He got a holding call on him. Jair Hill, obviously, with the holding or pass interference on him, and then to give up a touchdown after that. Of course, there was Josiah Edmonds also with a pass interference. They really picked on him when he got in the game, but he was kind of sticky. Even in that coverage, I don't necessarily think he had to have a PI to be where he was. But that was a good, well thrown ball, and if homie would have caught that anyway, but. That I think the secondary is the weak spots for me. Brandon Hillman, though. Hitman Hillman was a bright spot in that secondary. So was is it Tevis? Who's number 7? Tevis Metcalf.
Yeah. No. That's Tevis is the brother. That was
TJ. All right.
Yeah.
Number 7 Metcalf, also a bright spot for me in the game. So Brandon Hillman and Metcalf, bright spots. The rest of the guys, we got to do some work, but I'm sure they will.
You know who else, Maize, that got in there and he had like a couple of tackles and a nice breakup in the end zone? Jaden Mangum,
right? I like what I saw from him too. Yes, and by the way, I think he's the starter, the official starter. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, Zeke Berry also was good. Zeke held his own.
Zeke did good. Yeah,
but yeah, I think we need some work though. Everybody has to do some extra drills or something this week.
Before we move forward, there was a secondary player that we were looking forward to, but didn't see him. Shamari Earls.
That's right. Yeah, I did not see Shamari Earls. And we saw Jay Sanders out there. No Shamari Earls. So that was Elijah Dotson also was out there. No Shamari Earls.
Yeah, he had to be injured, 100%.
Yeah, we got to look into that for sure. But my man Mike said he's not worried. We rotated a ton. Speaking of rotated a ton, because that's a fact. Apparently, Wink Martindale played over 30 defensive players against New Mexico. You understand how insane that is? 30 defensive players. I believe 11 of them were defensive linemen. You know, we heard Coach Sharon Moore before the season talk about possibly having a 10-man rotation along the defensive line. But, bro, playing 11 defensive linemen, over 30, defensive players is wild, bro.
Yeah. And and another thing too, what could have been part of the ugly, 8 penalties on Michigan at home.
I didn't get to my ugly actually, and I will say special teams. Special teams is the ugly. So bad secondary, special teams ugly, but go ahead.
Yeah, and that's something that needs to be cleaned up, right? There was just It would look a little rusty. And we kind of seen the way we ended last season is kind of how we expected to start it, which we did. They first 3 drives, they had nothing. They got absolutely nothing. So it's like, oh, here we go. And then Sharon, why? Let me not say why. Midfield, 4th and 1, we punt the ball. When obviously
I thought we should have went for that too.
it was evident that our run game was
that
working.
kind of changed the momentum of the game, obviously. I mean, a little bit right there, right?
Absolutely.
Shout out to Keegan and Marmar. Both of them say Shamari Earls got injured doing a backflip. Shout out to Shamari Earls, man. Hopefully he's recovering and ready to go.
Yo, bro, I'm going to be beyond pissed if he has to miss multiple games because he's doing backflips in pregame, bro.
Yeah,
you do that when you win the game. Come on, Shamari. Yo, this young generation, man, it is what it is.
That's kind of crazy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Oklahoma week. But before we get to that, we are going to quickly go through our Big Ten power rankings based off of last week. All right. This is not how it was supposed to be, by the way. Hey, yo, I just can't, bro. Hold on, man. We got to find a better one than that. All right, this will do. We'll just rock with this. All right. Yeah. So this already has it set up, Big Ten contenders, whatever. We're not going to necessarily do it based on them contending, but just their power rankings from last week. What's the worst team for you last week, Maniac?
The worst team last week for me in the Big Ten?
Yes. Yeah. For me, it's Northwestern.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because Purdue won 31 zip.
They did.
It couldn't be Purdue. So Purdue might not be the worst team this year, but we'll see.
Northwestern was absolutely the worst team out there. They got beat by Tulane. They mustered 3 points against a G5 school and got beat by 20, I believe. I think the final score was like 23-3 or 27-3. But they have to be the worst. All right, who's next for you?
Most of the Big Ten teams won.
UCLA.
Oh yeah, they got killed by Utah.
UCLA is next as the worst, all right, because they got destroyed by Utah. It was ugly, it was bad. These are the 2 worst teams in terms of power ranking this week. They were at home and they were made to it was bad. All right, next for you.
Who was because all these bottom teams play good, man. Maryland.
I'm gonna say Wisconsin.
Yeah. So all right. Although they won 17 zip, right?
Right.
Would say it was a lackluster performance.
Right. It left a little to be desired. Billy Edwards got hurt in the game. Is he okay? I don't know. I haven't been looking for it either, but I don't know what's going on with Wisconsin. They didn't look great offensively. Defensively, though, they look pretty strong, but they also played a trash opponent. I can't really give them too much credit for that. But right now, they're the 3rd worst team in the conference. After that, I think we got to go between Rutgers, Minnesota, Nebraska. What say you?
I'll say Rutgers, Minnesota, and Nebraska, being that at least of those 3 teams, Nebraska's opponent, was
right.
The more, the tougher of the 3 opponents, right? And they played on a neutral field. Minnesota played at home, Rutgers played at home, and they both didn't look good winning.
Right.
Especially Rutgers. Oh my
Rutgers played Miami of Ohio, or not even Miami of Ohio University.
Regular Ohio.
They played Ohio University. They got up big and then had to fight to hang on. Minnesota's opponent. I don't think
Buffalo,
was super bad. Yeah, Buffalo is a decent team sometimes,
New
but they
York
only
team.
won. Yeah, they won 23-10, and then Nebraska had to hang on at the end for a 3-point win, I believe, over Cincinnati. So that's that. Poor little bro Nim is on the next tier for me. They kick off this next tier. They weren't completely bad. Aiden Childs looked like he could be a problem. And
Yeah.
it is what it is. They're just blah. But poor little bro Nim right here.
Their defense looked like they were getting to it. I give them that at
I'll
least,
give them
right?
that too. Yeah.
They had a post. The defense looked like they had a post. They were flying around. By it, we know it was Western Michigan, but still, got to give them credit as much as we hate them.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Next for me, Indiana.
Yeah, they beat who they
20th ranked team. They played Old Dominion.
Yeah.
And won 27-14. Wasn't super impressive, but they won. We'll give them credit for it. Indiana next on the list for me. Now we get into some shaky area here because we could say Michigan's next.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, right? Before I put Michigan there,
okay.
I'll put Maryland, right?
Maryland.
Right? I'll put Maryland
all right
based on opponent. But their quarterback, Washington, that dude, he looked phenomenal.
He's also a true freshman, right?
True freshman.
Yeah.
And they feel revived. They said, listen, we gave up on football over here in College Park. But
they beat Florida Atlantic 39-7. I think Washington threw for over 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked pretty good. I'll give him that.
Yeah. So I'll give him that. Then it was
Purdue.
Purdue.
Now they did blank their opponent, but their opponent was a trash can. All right. So I can't give them too much credit.
State? No.
Ball State. They beat Ball State, I believe, 31 donut.
Wow,
Purdue. They scored more points than I thought they would. I thought they could score 17, maybe. They scored 31. So
they normally struggle against these opponents early in the season. For them to win like that, I gotta salute my hat to them. That might be like 2 more wins and that's it. But hey, a win is a win. You gotta take it when they come.
No doubt. I think Iowa gets the next spot, but you let me know what you think.
Who did Iowa play? I
Albany.
Forget.
They play Albany.
All these New York teams.
They played Albany. They won 34-7. It was an impressive win, I guess. But it's Iowa. I'm not super impressed. Now, here we go. Maniac. We only have left the other state, Michigan, Penn State, USC, Oregon, Illinois.
Yeah, right? So I'm gonna give, and I know I'll go Michigan, right?
Okay. I was thinking the same.
I'm gonna go Michigan next, right? Again, we could have looked a little cleaner out there. We didn't. These other teams, Illinois won big, Oregon won big, Penn State won big, and you just got to give
Ohio State had the best win, right?
The best win based on the team. Now, down the line, it might not look like it, but based on what we have for week 1, Ohio State has the best win. It is what it is.
No doubt. So we'll just really quick so we can wrap this up. We got to move on. You want to go Illinois here?
Yeah, so Michigan, Illinois, Michigan, Illinois. Then I'm gonna go Oregon, Penn State, and then Ohio State.
USC being the most impressive.
No. Okay, so Michigan, Illinois, USC, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State.
Got you. All right, so we're doing it like this. Ohio State, number 1 in our power rankings. Penn State follows that up, and then Oregon. I think this is good. I think this is solid. This is a good power ranking. Michigan right there at about number 7 6 right now. I think that's fair.
But
Let us know in the comments how we did.
Saturday. A
Yeah, let
victory
us.
Saturday. Full, pa arriba, pa arriba.
Oh, absolutely. Michigan shoots up this list if they get a victory on Saturday. Let us know in the comments, though, how you think we did. Did we mess it up? Oh, I thought I was sharing the thing this whole time. I was not. Here it is for visual sake. All right.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, USC, Illinois, Michigan, Iowa, Purdue, Maryland, Indiana, poor little bro them, Nebraska, Minnesota, Rutgers, Wisconsin, UCLA, and Northwestern. We need to figure out how we can relegate Northwestern, bro. We need to send Northwestern to some other conference and pick up their best team or something because cock-a-doodle.
Cock-a-doodle. Listen, for the people in the chat, the reason Ohio State gets because of the win they had. Again, it wasn't a great performance. Right. I'm going based off the win, guys. I get it. I hate Ohio State. Y'all not get ain't nobody in the chat better get at me. Because ain't nobody go at Ohio State more than me. So stop it.
Shout out to Ralph. He said it sounds about right. We going with Ralph. Yeah. Ralph got it right.
Let's take the Michigan hats off. We just talking. It is what
State's going to choke on that glizzy. No doubt, man. All right, so look, we move on. Oklahoma week, ladies and gentlemen. Sharon Moore travels back to his alma mater. This is, by the way, Sharon Moore does get to travel back to Norman this week, but he's suspended for the next 2 games on Michigan's schedule, right? One of those happens to be are we on the road at Nebraska? On the road at Nebraska.
Remember, we have no back-to-back.
That's right. So he's suspended the following 2 games: on the road at Nebraska, and then at home, it's at home against Central, and then on the road.
And then after Oregon, we get a bye. I mean, after Nebraska, excuse me.
And by the way, it's a little different. Not only is he suspended for these 2 games, he cannot be part of the coaching or the planning for these 2 games at all. Speaking of that, really quick, who do you think will get the head coaching duties for those weeks?
B-I-double-F. Hoagie. Biff.
Okay. Right.
To me, he's the obvious choice, right? The guy has been a head coach. He was at high school, even at the NFL. In college as well. So you got to go Biff. He's been around the program. But, honorable mentions. Wink. You could put Wink out there. We don't know. And, of course, Chip Lindsley. He's another one who's been a head coach at the collegiate level. So Michigan had options there. We're not short of, oh, my God, who should we put? So I'm not worried. Either Biff or Chip, I'll take either one.
I agree. I think Biff, it makes it easier that way that both coordinators can focus on their groups, right? Don't take Wink away from being the DC, and don't take Chip away from being OC. Let them focus on what they got to focus on, and let Biff come in and kind of CEO that situation. So I think that's the way to go too. I'm not mad at that. All right. So it being Oklahoma week, we were supposed to have Lich picks here. I got the picks though. We're still gonna do it. And basically Lich gave his over under on a bunch of Michigan players specifically. And let's talk about it. All right.
Yes. Lich picks.
All right. Lich says over under Bryce Underwood passing for 200 yards. What say you, Maniac?
Oof. I'm going like right on the button.
All right. Lich has Bryce over 200. In fact, by the way, Lich is over on all of his picks, which we got to talk to Lich about, bro. He's over on every single pick. But he says Bryce throws for 300 yards plus in this game. I think that might be a little. That's asking a lot. In Bryce's second ever game. What say you in the chat? Kicking Chicken says over. I think it's over too. I'm gonna be real. I think it's over 200. He also did Justice Haynes over under 80 yards rushing. What say you, Maniac?
Yeah. I think he definitely gets over that. I'm going more about the 105, 110 range.
Okay. He said over. He said 170, which I think is. But he did go give the over. A lot of people going under here. Kicking Chicken said under 80. Keegan said under 80. Juan Harris over. West Quad said I'm all in on BU, no doubt. All right, Kicking. Is it over or under, Kicking? You gave us two different joints. All right. And then Donovan McCulley over under 30 receiving yards.
Oh no, he's gonna have to get the ball this game. So I'm gonna go over 30. I don't think he's gonna go crazy, but over 30 yards, absolutely.
No doubt. I think he has to go over 32. So I'm gonna go with the over here. By the way, I'm gonna go with the under for Justice Haynes. Give me the under for Justice Haynes. Over under Derek Moore with half a sack.
I'm gonna go over. I think we see vintage Derek Moore. We're gonna need him. We got our D-line. We're gonna need them. So if Derek Moore wants to be considered one of the better D ends in all of college football, this is the game to show out. So I think he's definitely gonna get a sack.
No doubt. Kicking, to be clear, the pass over under is 200 yards, not 300. 300 is just what Lich said he's gonna get. The actual number though is 200, over under 200. All right. So in addition to Derek Moore, he also has Brandon Hillman over under half an interception.
No, I mean, although he did get one, I think he doesn't get one, but I think we definitely pick off Mattia this game. But I don't think it's gonna come from Hillman, so I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, give me the under for this too. Interceptions don't come, every game, number one, and they are few and far between. I do think Michigan is able to cause Mateer or force Mateer into some turnovers. So I don't think it's a bad pick for the entire defense at half an interception. But for Brandon Hillman specifically, I got to go with the field. I'm going under. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Lich picks? He's over on all of his picks, by the way. He's over on everything.
I respect it.
No doubt, man. Shout out to Lich. All right. That was Lich picks. We are down to let's talk about this for a second. We got some guest host opportunities. We are going to give people an opportunity to come up here, guest host with us on Mondays. Hit me or the Maniac. You know our socials. Maniac, go blue _ Maniac _24 on Instagram. And for me, it's Maize Madman everywhere. Also, the email is on the YouTube channel too if you need to email me. But we're giving out some opportunities to come up, host with us on Mondays, and we'll see what happens, right? If you're good, maybe we keep you around. If you're not, no, I'm just I expect all of you to be good. But it's just a good opportunity for y'all to come up here and kick it with your boys on Monday, because usually we don't do call-ins on Monday, especially during the season. We do a call-in show later in the week, but on the Monday show, it's really about the football. So check us out. It is a game tonight, Maniac. Who you got winning that one?
Yeah, man, interesting matchup, right? We got the TCU Horned Frogs, a team that's still kind of, it's my time to shine. Jeez, come up here, baby.
Bro, geez, we've been trying to get you up here.
Beats, time to shine with the Maniac.
Beats and Treats says me, Brody. Come on up, Beats.
Listen, everyone gets opportunity, guys. Everyone gets
Absolutely.
opportunity. You come here, is here to host, man. Have fun, let loose. You know, you see how we operate, man. We cool dudes. We not. This shit ain't no sports center, man. We good.
Corey
We
said I get y'all banned.
yeah. So you know,
Yo.
yeah, Corey, my guy. Shout to Corey. That's my guy.
Keegan said I would come on, but I'm boring. Keegan, you are not boring. And Keegan, I think you got some solid takes, man.
I'll send you a shot of maniac juice. You'll be like,
A shot of maniac juice.
You be ready to go. But we get the debut of the greatest NFL coach of all time, Bill Belichick, with his Tar Heels. And
Johnny said, promote that shirt, man. Put that shirt. Get in the camera. Get in the camera.
Johnny, listen, early in the show, I said it. I'm rocking my Smash shirt, courtesy of my brother JOJ. And again, like I said, and only look, you represent Michigan. And for my fellow dudes, man, when you walking around the house and your wifey is acting up, man, you let her know it's time for me to smash.
Little get right there, right?
Right, come on, man. You know you send the signals, crazy. Right?
You sending signals, yo. But wifey might get a little mad. You out on the street with your Smash shirt.
Now that's different.
Don't ever come home late in your Smash shirt.
Absolutely not.
By the way, get this shirt and shirts just like it in Johnny's shop on Johnny's channel, man. Y'all asked for merch. Johnny provided merch. Go buy the merch.
Correct.
Support your guys, man. All right. What you think? What were you saying about this game?
You know that it's an interesting matchup. I really don't know what these two teams are returning. I know Bill Belichick was able to pick up a couple of guys, of course, name, but we'll see.
Yo, the one maniac got snaps in the middle. So
it's a leotard. It's a leotard. Now let me stop. We don't know what we're gonna get from either team. We all eager to see what Bill Belichick is gonna do at the collegiate level. We know what he did at the NFL and TCU, man. Ever since that 2022 season, they just been cacadoodle and just trash. So can this be a season where they can make a legitimate run, man, to try to get to the playoffs? We'll see. So, I'm eager to see. I'll take a look. If it puts me to sleep in the first half, I'll just watch the highlights tomorrow.
No doubt. I think everybody it's the debut on the college scene for the GOAT, right? The NFL GOAT coach and Bill Belichick, UNC. He's at home for this one. I think they are the underdog at home against TCU. I'm hoping that they pull it off because I need this for my parlay. I got a couple good joints on my parlay today. My man Felix Auger-Aliassime took care of me in the U.S. Open. Who else? Osaka. Naomi Osaka took care of me at the U.S. Open. I just hate that it had to come at the hands of Coco Gauff, but whatever. So I'm doing all right. I got an upset tomorrow though. But I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all don't need to know. You don't need to know what my draft sheet looks like or my
Maize,
gambling sheet looks like.
Put Lance 1985 coming up.
All right, hold on. I don't see it. There we go.
There you go. Yeah. So Lance, opening the show, we spoke about that. We did speak about it briefly. I mean, there's not a lot to really speak on it. Like May said, as more come out, we'll speak more on it. But yeah, we touched on it for sure. And like I said, we both said this is good for Michigan because look, we're doing all this dirty stuff, but nobody's talking about the stuff being done to Michigan. So here we go.
Shout out to Keegan. He said, hold on. Beats and Trees said, I'm 6'6", 385. Keegan said, big purr. I mean, big what? Yo, y'all are savages in this chat, man.
That's what I like.
No doubt.
Talk about it.
Did you touch on Joey Velasquez? Yes, we did. We touched on all of that, man. You know we ain't missing. No stone goes unturned on the Maze Madman channel, man.
We
No
spoke on it in the
stone
beginning.
unturned. We talked about that turncoat who went to that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, who could be the one giving the information. And if it's him, we better not see you on the street. No, I'm joking.
Brasco, he's the Donnie Brasco of college football.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it better not be him. By the way, we went over. We told y'all about the guest host opportunity. We doing all this just to let y'all know it's gonna be Johnny at the end of the day. So you're wasting your time. I'm joking. Real guest opportunities.
Yeah, but you also the only kid. You gotta be on camera, guys.
We gotta be on camera.
You gotta be on camera. You know,
don't hide.
Don't hide. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joey the Rat. Aaron, you're right.
Geez, we expect you in a back brace. I'm joking, by the way. But yeah, so that is the only thing. You got to be on camera. But yeah, shout out my guy E who just pulled up. What up, though?
That's my geyser. E, shout to E, man. Cool dude.
If I see Joey Velasquez on the street. No doubt, man. But yeah, I think we good, man. We're gonna get y'all out of here in time to watch the game. All right, in time to watch the game. We came, we saw, we conquered another Monday. Yeah, by the way,
we're talking now. We're gonna talk Oklahoma, Michigan.
By the way, we might have a surprise for you later in the week in terms of that Oklahoma thing. Gotta have a Oklahoma YouTuber on the show later in the week. Talk about that game, tell them why we're gonna put them in the headlock and stuff them in a locker and kick it down a hill. So we're gonna talk about all of that. Maniac, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Yeah, man, you already see it there, man. Go follow me on Instagram. Go blue _maniac _24. Yeah, man. He always cooking you. He always.
I'm going to watch the game.
His bedtime. That's so funny.
Crazy, bro.
Also, now that I'm active on the YouTube, man, I'm asking everyone to go subscribe to the channel. Now that the season is here, I'll be putting up content after content. In fact, once the show is over, I'm gonna do my breakdown of the Oklahoma Michigan game and give my thoughts. So yeah, man, I'm just asking for my fellow Michigans to subscribe to the Maniacs channel, and I'll be doing some YouTube lives. You know, we know Johnny is the YouTube live king. We're not trying to compete, but you know, I add a little flavor. You know me, Puerto Rico. You know, you're gonna get the Puerto Rican man.
Some sazon.
The sazon.
Right. Absolutely. Follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. I think that's it, right? At Maize Madman. We gotta check out the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you haven't already, become a member if you're not already. Also, we will be back later this week with Oklahoma YouTuber. We don't know who it's gonna be yet, but we're gonna put one in the trunk, bring them over. Anyway, until next time, you know the slogan: stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that fun. I just don't get it. So and how the
oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.